open your book to page 226. This section is on verifying trigonometric identities. So let's go over example 1 on how to verify. So on example 1, they want you to verify cosecant of negative x is equal to negative cosecant of x. So you want to verify, it's like a proof. So what you want to do is you want to look at the two sides. Normally you want to go and simplify the side that's harder. The one is complicated. The one is not as obvious. And to match up the other side. And normally you don't touch the other side. So it looks like this is a harder one. It's more confusing. So let's go and change this one. So cosecant is equal to 1 over sine. Right, again, and you don't touch the other side. You only can change one side. And sine of negative x is going to be opposite. So this is equal to 1 over negative sine of x. And then 1 over sine x equal to cosecant. So this becomes negative cosecant of x equal to negative cosecant of x. And that's how you verify, means how you prove it. So once you get two sides equal, you put a check mark. Means yes, you're done. Okay? So that's how you verify. So let's go and do example 2. You have tangent of x, sine of x, plus cosine of x equal to secant of x. So again, you want to verify this is true. So easier, you don't have to, but easier thing to do is simplify the complicated side. So this side is more complicated, so it's easier if you simplify these. So again, go back to your basic, right? Change it into sine and cosine. So tangent is sine over cosine. Okay? And then, again, whenever you're going to add, you need to get common denominator, right? So this side is going to become sine square x over cosine x. This side, again, remember, whenever you're going to add with a fraction, you have to get into common denominator. So denominator is going to be cosine x, so therefore this will become cosine square x. Okay? So now you can add. So notice the thing comes up over and over and over, right? When you're going to add fraction, you need to get common denominator. So this becomes 1. And then you flip it over, so you get, again, you have to have two sides are same before you can put a check mark. So you got secant x equal to secant x, so put check mark, and you're done. So that's what I mean by verifying. So you have to get it to a point where both sides are equal. Okay? Okay, so let's go and do one more. Let's do example 3. So you got cotangent square x minus 1 over 1 plus cotangent square x equal to 1 minus 2 sine square x. Again, this side is not more messy, so let's go and deal with this, especially with cotangent. Okay, sine is the easier function, right? So again, change the side that's harder. So to do that, again, let's go and convert into sine and cosine. So you're going to get cosine square x, cosine over sine. And again, I'm going to get ready for complex fraction, right? And this one I get 1 over 1 plus cotangent is cosine square x over sine x, sine square x. Okay, so now you got complex fraction. To simplify complex fraction, you multiply by common denominator. So multiply by sine square x, sine square x, sine square x, sine square x, and get a fraction ready. So make sure you focus on the technique, really understand the technique and apply it. So this cancel out, so you get cosine square x. This one does not cancel, so it would be minus sine square x. And this one does not cancel, so it would be sine square x. And this cancels out, so you get cosine square x. Okay? But now look over here. Okay? What happened over here? This is equal to 1. Right? Sine squared plus cosine squared equal to 1. So you end up with cosine squared x minus sine squared x equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared x. So now you have to think about how you're going to get from here to here. Notice there's a cosine here, there's no cosine here. So you got to find a way to get rid of the cosine. And as soon as you see sine squared or cosine squared, you have to think about identity, the Pythagorean identity, right? So you have to convert these. So cosine squared is equal to 1 minus sine squared x. Right? That's what this is equal to. So you got to be flexible with that identity. And then from here, you can go ahead and get this together. Right? So you're going to get 1 minus 2 sine squared x equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared x. And that's it. Check mark. And you're done. Okay? So that's how you do the verifying. So let's go and do some practice. So for today,